Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about debilitated Venus and what happens when Venus gets debilitated in anyone's horoscope. So what kind of results does it give? We will learn that. And so far we have discussed about various planets like Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury and Jupiter when they get debilitated and exalted. What are the results of these planets? If you have not watched the previous videos, you can watch that in the playlist of the channel. So let's move ahead and talk about debilitated Venus then. First of all, let us know in which sign Venus gets debilitated. Venus gets debilitated in the sign of Virgo. And the deepest debilitation point for Venus is at 27 degrees in Virgo zodiac sign. And before moving ahead and learn about the results, what debilitated Venus signifies, we should first learn that why Venus is debilitated in Virgo and what is Virgo's zodiac sign and what does Venus represents. So first of all, why is Venus debilitated in Virgo? The reason is, what is Virgo? Virgo is a zodiac sign which symbolizes practicality, detail oriented sign. It is a detail oriented sign. It is a calculative sign. This sign represents reality and logical approach towards anything. And Virgo represents your numbers, criticism, medicine, health, arguments, conflicts, because this zodiac sign is naturally the ruler of the 6th house of horoscope. So these are the various things which Virgo controls. Then Virgo is the ruler of Virgo is Mercury, so it also represents all sorts of areas which are connected to intellect, which are connected to sharp intellect. Virgo represents research and science. And what is Venus? Venus is a planet which symbolizes love, relationships, beauty, comforts, luxuries, conveyances. It symbolizes glamour, show, being in front of the camera, limelight. Then it represents all sort of things which are connected to material world. Venus is wealth, Venus is finances. So these are the various things which Venus represents. Venus is your creativity, Venus is your artistic skills and imagination. Now when Venus gets debilitated in Virgo, the reason is because when Venus is in Virgo, Venus now does not feel comfortable in this sign, because it is not able to find that sort of creativity and imagination in this sign which it requires for the survival of itself. So Venus here is debilitated because now it has to leave its daydreaming and peaceful orientation to or peaceful zone, you can say that, and has to live in the zone of practicality and realistic approach, which Venus doesn't represent. So Venus is all about that peaceful and comfortable zone which always a person dreams about. So now Venus is not about practicality. Venus is only about imagination. Venus is only about creativity. Venus is a planet which does not think of realistic approach, which does not think of logical approach. So now it has to be in the sign of logical approach. It has to think in a way to deal with reality. It has to survive in the reality. So it feels debilitated because Venus is not made for that. Venus is a soft planet. Venus represents all sorts of things which are connected to creativity, arts and imagination. Venus represents love and beauty, and Virgo does not represent anything like Venus represents. Virgo is all about reality, practical approach. So when Venus is here, he is uncomfortable. He feels that I am in the zone which I do not belong. So that is the reason why Venus is debilitated here. Now, what happens when Venus gets debilitated in anyone's horoscope? What kind of results it will give? Firstly, I will note to you here that the results which we are going to discuss here are only applicable in the person's horoscope when Venus is not undergoing Neech Bhang Raj Yog. If Venus is making Neech Bhang Raj Yog, then these results will not be applicable. Results will be totally different for that. Okay, so these results which we are going to discuss only apply when Venus is purely debilitated. It is not undergoing Neech Bhang Raj Yog. So if in your horoscope Venus is purely debilitated, it is not undergoing Neech Bhang. So what will be the results? Let's see that. First of all, the creativity and artistic skills and imagination of these people get reduced, because Venus here is debilitated and the qualities which Venus represents will be reduced. Now these people are very shy in nature. Since Venus represents love and relationships, so these people always have a notion in mind and always think that they wait for the other person to come with a proposal to them. They do not initiate or approach first in the relationship. They do not want to, because Venus do not let them, because they are shy. They are not that much open to other people and they do not interact easily. So these people have that shy kind of nature, so they wait for the other person to come with a proposal to them. Now these people are very self-obsessed also. They are always obsessed about their appearance and they seek appreciation from others. This is because Venus is what? Venus is your beauty. Venus is your physical appearance. When Venus gets debilitated, this does not mean that their appearance will be ugly or appearance will be affected. No, their appearance will be good. They are very good looking, but they will doubt themselves. They will think that they are not having that kind of looks. So because Venus is debilitated, so Venus always questions his own beauty. When Venus is exalted, these people do not care, because these people know that they are beautiful. They are who they are. They know what the work they will do. They will be known for that, not through their appearance. So exalted Venus people do not do that. However, the Venus people who are debilitated, they have the question about their self appearance, so they seek appreciation from other people. Now this also shows breakups and divorces in relationships and separation in relationships, problems in relationships, especially if Venus is sitting in 6th house or 8th house or 12th house, and especially if Venus is retrograde. Retrograde Venus debilitated causes much troubles in marital life. Even though it will not give you divorce, it will not give you separation, but it will not give you happiness in marital life also. It will not give the happiness in marital life. And the separation this kind of planet gives is not through divorce easily. Most of the time it is being seen that sometimes it causes divorce also, it causes breakups, but this kind of alignment gives such kind of separation that people will be in relationship, but there will not be any happiness in that relationship. So this kind of thing happens in person's life when Venus gets debilitated. The relationships hamper a lot, because Venus is what? Love and relationships. And these people are having that kind of realistic approach and logical sense. They know that how a relationship works. What are the criterias, what are the parameters which they have to fulfill to make a relationship work. But here the thing is that they are able to work out the relationship, but the love will not be there. The feelings, the emotions, the love in the relationship will not be there, will not be existing. Even though it is it will be just like a superficial bond for other people to look at that, yeah, they are in a relationship. But truly the relationship does not exist at the emotional level, at the level of love and feelings, because Venus will not be able to comprehend with that. Here Venus is put into a zone of logical approach and realistic approach. He has to deal with the things which are logical. He has to deal with the things realistically. He is forced to do that, and so he can only think, he can only work on one thing at one time. And here he works on the part to sustain a relationship through working, through through logical approach, through realistic approach, through making money, through all those things, but it lacks the amount of love and emotions and emotional bond and feelings in the relationship which is required to maintain that spark. So Venus here, when debilitated, creates such kind of things in person's life. Now when Venus is debilitated, this also shows that the lust of the person will be enhanced, because what is Venus? Venus is your sexual urge, your intimacy, your lust. When it gets debilitated, it signifies that the negative energy will be enhanced. I am not saying that lust is a negative energy, but it will be more enhanced. So these people are very lustful also. Now then also this represents that this does not represent that these people will be lacking luxuries, comforts and wealth in their life. No, this is a truly wrong notion if any person is having this, because Venus here does not make the person poor or lack or gives lack of luxuries or comforts in life. No, these people, however, you will see maximum times I have seen people, they are well traveled, they have all these things, all the luxury items in their lives, all the comfort, all the materials which provide them comfort. But the main thing where this Venus affects is your relationships. The main thing which it affects is the love in your relationship. Okay, so this is what Venus does when it gets debilitated. Then if Venus is debilitated and further combinations are also poor in horoscope, then this can also show that person will be associated with the fields like prostitution or adult industry, will be indulged in drug dealing, because Venus represents that, especially if it is sitting with Rahu in the 8th house or 12th house. This truly shows that, but you have to see the nakshatra also. I'm not saying that if it is sitting with Rahu it will give that. You have to see on the deeper level, at the level of divisional charts and nakshatras also. But debilitated Venus, it has been seen generally that it can lead the person towards this darker path also. So these are the various sorts of results which debilitated Venus gives in anyone's horoscope. Now there are many people who are having debilitated Venus. This does not mean that they are going to have the same results in their horoscope, in their lives. The result will be different, and the criteria for finding out the difference is on the basis of the placement of Venus in particular house and in particular nakshatra. Okay, now two people are, for example, having same debilitated Venus, but in one's horoscope Venus is sitting in the 2nd house debilitated, and in the other person it is sitting in the 7th house debilitated. So results will be different. Now in Virgo zodiac sign there are 3 nakshatras. The 3 nakshatras which are in Virgo zodiac sign are Uttar Phalguni, Hasta and Chitra. On the basis of placement of Venus in these 3 nakshatras, the results will be different. Okay, for example, if Venus is sitting in the nakshatra of Uttar Phalguni, the influence of Sun will be more. So here the person will, the relationships of the person suffer a lot, especially when Sun and Venus combination occurs. This is the main combination which creates many divorces and breakups in relationships. I have talked about in the divorce video which I have made previously. So when Sun influences the Venus, the relationships of the person suffer a lot drastically. So for them maintaining a relationship and to be in a relationship is a big problem. Then this also shows that this is due to lack of understanding and ego problems. And these people are also obsessed with their looks and personality, because Sun is what? Sun is your personality. Venus is what? Venus is your appearance. And when it gets debilitated, further having the influence of Sun in Uttar Phalguni, this shows that person will be obsessed by his looks, person will be obsessed by his appearance, seek appreciation from others. Now the other thing is, the next nakshatra is Hasta. In Hasta nakshatra, moon will be having prominent influence on Venus. So here these people will have that sense of understanding, will be emotional, will be creative, and they will be some sort of practical also. because moon represents emotion. So they will not be the people like Uttar Phalguni who are not having that kind of understanding the other person. So these people are far more better at comprehending the relationships when Venus is sitting in the Hasta Nakshatra. The last nakshatra is Chitra, which is ruled by Mars. So here the influence of Mars will be more on Venus. So this shows that person will be very lustful, bold, passionate, will be seeking many relationships in life, because Venus and Mars, when combined together, it signifies a person who seeks many relationships, who will have many affairs in his life. So the image of the person is like a Casanova. Now the other thing is, these people are heavy party people. They just want to party, they just want to live a luxurious life, because Venus, when gets the energy of Mars, although it is debilitated, but it does not lack all its properties. So properties are still there. So it gets a boost from Mars, the properties are again rejuvenated. So these are the various kinds of results what happens when Venus gets debilitated, and on the basis of the placement of nakshatra and house, the results get different in different people's horoscope. So this was my view on debilitated Venus, and if you are new to my channel, subscribe below. If you have any queries, you can mail me. For more information, check on my Facebook and Twitter page as well. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video of exalted Saturn, and we will see that what happens when Saturn gets exalted. So till then, goodbye and thank you.